Hey, it's time for a brand new episode of the Gimme the Hot Sauce podcast. We hope you enjoyed episode number 200, where we played some clips of some of our favorite interviews, and we've got another favorite interview coming up. Timmy Whispers is away on business in Nashville, but we've got someone who's going to take his place and do a great job. The five-time NBA champion, Ron Harper, is kind enough to join us on the show. Ron, welcome to the show. I see that for people who are watching on YouTube, you got your hat has 70. But I thought it should. I saw it should be 72, right?
Well, we gotta give a shout out to my boy Sub Sammy Jason out in Sycamore, Illinois, who hooked me up with some golf clubs and a free golf.
Oh, nice.
So we gotta get shouts out to our people in Chicago, baby.
All right.
Yeah, he's big here in Chicago still.
No question.
Yeah, he's still big in Chicago. He was just at the game the other night. We were playing. Who did we play the other night at home?
OKC.
You were at OKC,
yeah.
And they put it on us. They put it on us, and it was just good catching up with Ron. It was me, Bill, and then Randy Brown, Idris Elba came down. He came out of the rafters. I don't know where he was. I ain't seen Randy Brown.
I saw Randy.
I ain't seen Randy Brown in a while. And he came down. It was just like a reunion. So we all got to talk at center court. It was really good time. It's like it's a fraternity. You know, it's like we're a brotherhood that, you know, when you play in the NBA, we're all brothers, but when you play in the same organization, the same teams, that's even deeper than that.
Yes, sir. Tell them, Stace.
Yeah, we mentioned the 72, which held up for a record until Golden State got 73, but they didn't win the title. They didn't win the title, so you guys are the greatest.
Say it right now. Say it right now. Say it right now. 73-9 sound good, but 72-10 has a ringtone.
That's right.
Yes.
And you got to finish the journey. You got to win the championship for that to be legitimate.
It don't mean a thing without that ring.
That's right.
You know, you can't be the greatest without that ring.
That's right.
Yep, I agree. And it's funny, Ron, because, you know, it's always, you know, you hear these guys talk about, oh, Golden State would have beaten that Bulls team. I'll be honest with you. All the Bulls teams that we played on would have beat them. We'd have beat them.
Because of what?
In a game. They think they can beat that team with Steph Curry. And here's where the problem is. Here's where the problem is, Ron. I said, okay, first of all, Ron Harper, 6'6". Michael Jordan, 6'6". Scottie, 6'7". That right there just cancels out all your guard play right there. Okay?
Just ask me this. Who is Steph Curry gonna guard?
Exactly. Because you can't hide him. You can't hide him against them.
I'm gonna run him in the post.
That's what I said.
Any chance I get, he gonna have to get some elbows. I mean, if they play these modern day rules where you can't breathe on a guy, well, if you're talking about our rules, it's too physical.
Do you think you guys would have been able to adapt to their rules?
Stace,
I know you could.
Original big guard team. We could adapt to any kind of style of basketball they want to play. And the problem with today's game is, if you shooting 63s, that means you're going to miss 30 shots.
Yep.
We ain't going to beat you on the 3-point line. We're going to beat you on that 2-point line.
Yep.
You're going to have to play catch-up basketball the whole game. If you keep missing 8 threes and make 1, 2 here, miss 6, 7 threes, we're going to go get 2 points, 3 points at the other end.
Yeah, see, that's what I always said about is that they would have a hard time matching up with not only the big guards, but you'd have a hard time matching up with Tony Kukoc. You'd have a hard time.
Yes,
Dennis Rodman would have made Draymond Green lose his mind. He might have.
He'd be ejected in the first quarter of every game.
He might have been ejected.
Hey, Dennis Rodman put Shaq, Alonzo. They forgot about trying to play basketball. They just want to fight him. I just want to hit him. I want to slap him. They forgot about the game. We like, what? Okay, we got him now. They forgot about playing basketball. They just want to fight you.
See that?
Dennis Rodman was the master of getting in your head. If people didn't understand that, they better go back and look at Dennis Rodman when he was in Southeast Oklahoma college. He was averaging 24, 26 points in college basketball. He could shoot it, could score. But people didn't understand when he got to Detroit, they had Dumas, Isaiah, Aguirre, Adrian, and Lee Tripucci. So he didn't have to score. The only way he could get on the court is by rebounding and playing good defense. And people didn't understand that.
Yeah. See, growing up in Oklahoma, I saw him play. And I used to read about, because he was with Wayman Tisdale at that time. They were at the same time. So Wayman was putting up 67, 65, and then he was getting like 30 and 30. And I was like, who is this Rodman dude? So me and my boys' high school team went up to go see who this Dennis Rodman, Southeast Oklahoma, country town. There's not too many brothers down there. We like raisins and a bowl of cream of wheat. So we go over there and we sit up in the stands. It's like a high school arena, but it's a NAI thing. So we're waiting for this guy to come out, Dennis Rodman. So he's not out of there. This team's doing layups. So we said, hey man, where's this Dennis Rodman character? I'm thinking he's gonna be about 6'11", a big dude. Man, he comes running out of the locker room like some crazed wild dog, and he does like 3 laps around the arena floor, like full speed. And he goes, there's the worm right there. And I was like, this dude right here, like 6'6", 6'7", he's the guy getting 30 rebounds and 30 points. He goes, just watch him. He said, watch the jump ball. It's the most exciting thing you'll ever see. So I'm sitting here like, okay, what is he going to do? So he goes, they throw the ball up. Dennis tipped the ball to the left. The ball never hit the ground. He sprinted, like from after he tipped it, he was gone. They threw a lob from half court to him for after the tip ball, and he dunked the ball. It was the craziest thing. And then he ran with his finger in the air. You know how he does his little thing? Yeah, he high-stepping around. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And I came away going, and when I got to Chicago, and he was just a defensive player, I was like, this ain't the same dude that was at Southeast Oklahoma. This dude at Southeast Oklahoma could score. He could make layups around. He could post up, turn around jumpers, face up. And he changed his game completely in the NBA to fit where he needed to get on the floor.
Mm-hmm. People, and I tell guys this all the time. There's been a lot of great players that haven't played in any sport, in all sports. But players can be great, but don't fit what the team needs you to do. Everybody thinks it's about you. No, what does the team need you to do? That's why you see a lot of great players don't play in sports, because they don't understand what the team need them to do. And it's everybody got to have a role. When I came to Cleveland, coach told me first year, I want you to score. I said, coach, I do other things. He said, listen, don't worry about other things. I just want you to score the basketball. Come back year 2, he go, okay, Price improved, Brad Doyle improved, Hot Rod improved. We made a trade for Edge. He told me I want to see an all-around game. I didn't mind after 18 to 20 points. If we're going to get to victories, like what you need me to do, I can do whatever. And people think it's all about scoring the basketball. It's more to playing the game. You got to rebound, defense, everything.
Hey, Ron, I want to ask you about your relationship with Phil Jackson. Obviously, you were part of 3 championship teams in Chicago, and then Phil brought you out to L.A. to play with the Lakers. What was that relationship like, that he showed so much faith in you that he wanted you to be a stabilizing force on both of those teams?
Well, you got to understand, when I came to Chicago in 95, it was a rough year for me because I signed it late in the summertime. I really didn't prepare. I knew what the triangle asked me to do, but I wasn't physical there yet. So Phil put me on IR for a week, 2 weeks, told me no shooting, just training 2 times a day. He said, you look good. I'm going to leave you on IR for 2 more weeks. And that day, I know, here comes MJ coming back now. So you're going to play Ron Harper or MJ? I ain't no fool. But Phil told me, stay in shape. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out as the season goes. We're gonna figure it out. And I was probably playing like 5 to 8. But as a player, you just get in the game. You ain't gonna be out there at the fly time. So we get into the playoffs. We play New York. No, we play New Jersey round one. We sweep them. We played New York. We beat them. Now we about to play Orlando, and they got Penny, the Hardaway. And I'm walking in the gym, and Phil yells out to me, you gonna start? Like, how can you go from 11 man to start now? He said, I need you to play Penny Hardaway as tough as possible because we can't put E.J. Armstrong and Steve Kerr out there. We need to play bigger. So that's when we started the big guard thing. And then after we lost, he came to me and said, it's going to be an expensive draft. We're going to put BJ and you in there, but nobody's going to take you. I need you to prepare yourself to play starting point guard. You know how to play point guard, right? I said, I played point guard since I was in the 8th grade. Feel like it's playing, you know. I got MJ's Scottie out there. So it was easy for me to adjust to the role. The role was we're going to play you a half a game during the regular season, and then when we get to a playoff, you're going to play 30 to 35, in which everybody want to play in a playoff. And me and Phil have a special thing because Stacey can attest to it. You're going to take some crazy stuff, you're going to have to just deal with the craziness.
Yeah.
But if you can deal and focus and do what you're supposed to do, like Phil, one of those guys, he's going to tell you, if you can't do the job, I get somebody else in there that can. And I can respect that as a basketball player from a head coach. And he gave me an opportunity to, like, you know, not rechange what my career was, but to be a part of something special. And that's why I love Phil.
And what people don't know about me, and we were talking about this the other day, me and Harper talking about this the other day. My rookie year, okay, I'm coming in, and Cleveland was the nemesis. My MJ had hit the shot, the shot over Elo the year before. I didn't really know.
It'll be over.
Harp was there.
I didn't really know how intense the rivalry was. I knew how it was intense with Detroit, but I did not know how Cleveland and Chicago rivalry was. So we play Ron Harper. They come to Chicago, and Ron was the most exciting player in the league under MJ. I mean, like, it was like 1 and 1A. That's how, when people compare before his knee injury, people, like, when you start talking about, you know, Kobe being the closest one, no, people forget Ron Harper before injury was about the closest thing that we had seen to an MJ. They had all these other guys, you know, oh, this guy's supposed to be this guy. No, Ron Harper was the closest because not only was he a great scorer, he was a hell of a defensive player. And he took challenges going up against Michael. He gave Michael fits. And so he gives us 40. Gave us 40 points at the stadium. And we was all in the locker room like, damn. Like, you know, and MJ took that personal. Like, this dude went at me. Like, okay, okay. So then Ron gets right. Yeah. But then Ron gets traded. Like a week later, because they were trying to get Danny Ferry, which was I'm gonna tell you something.
Greatest trade in history of basketball.
The greatest trade, the worst trade in the history of basketball, because when that trade went down, we knew Cleveland couldn't beat us. They were so close with him. Had they kept Ron Harper in Cleveland, because he's, you know, when they talk about the Jordan stopper, they had all these Jordan stoppers after Ron left, and none of them could stop MJ. He was the one guy. He's the one guy. The one guy.
First of all, you're not going to stop MJ.
No.
I tell people this all the time. You're not going to. Listen, you hope you can contain him to having 35. You're not going to stop him because he had the ultimate green. He had the ultimate green light, and he's a competitor. And he compete with anybody the hardest. And the one thing that I can respect about him is, and I used to tell guys, why you want to talk trash to MJ?
Exactly.
When he got the ultimate green light and you can't shoot, period. Like, it's stupid to me. Like one game, like the first game we played MJ, we were playing cards at MJ house. Oakley, great friend of mine, Ellis, Adele, 3. We playing cards at the house. I said, MJ, you mind if I walk around the house? You know, to check out the house. I'll go ahead, dog. I'll walk around the house. Walk around the house. Walk into this room. He got about 1,000 warm-up suits and some shoes. I said, him, man, you got a big bag around. You got a bag in the other room. So I went in there, stuffed me about 15 warm-up suits, about 6 pairs of shoes. Come back out. He's like, what's in the bag? I'm like, so warm-up suits and shoes. You're like, you a thief too? What you think I was going to do if I asked you for the bag? So he gave me a ride to the hotel. And, you know, he can't drive, Stace. Yep. He's on the shoulders, 3 lanes. I'm closing my eyes. We get to the hotel. I'm like, I can't wait to get them all, bust your ass. Oh, we going back and forth. I ain't scared of you. I don't care who you are, MJ. We going to play tomorrow. But I'm not no fool. My mama didn't raise no fool, right? So we get on the basketball court. We on the foul line, and MJ go, "Hey, Harp, how you doing?" I'm like, I ain't saying a word. Like, I'm mad. I'm playing mad at him. "Oh, you mad? Oh, I'm gonna go. Hey, Mike, how you doing, baby? Hey, dog. You don't damn well piss that dog off. That dog will hunt."
Yeah.
I didn't want none of that. Listen, I just wanted to compete and play hard. I didn't want to piss him off because I know you don't want that one. But guys want to challenge him. I'm like, you challenging the wrong dude, man. Just compete and play. I'm like, you ain't got to challenge him. You could challenge him playing and don't say a word, and MJ will respect you more than anything.
Well, let me tell you, 40 gave us 40 in Chicago. A week later, he gets traded to the Clippers. You don't even know the offense. He gave us 40 in the Clipper uniform. And that's the first time I ever seen somebody give the Bulls 40 points in 2 different uniforms.
That's crazy.
Within a week.
Yeah.
That's when I knew Harp was bad. I was like, this is a bad dude. Because I saw Harper play in college. And I was just teasing him the other day. I saw him dunk on Len Bias. They had a video of him playing. I guess it was a tournament. And Harp, an NCAA tournament. And Harper came across the lane and got a pass. And then just one dribbled. And when you dunk on Len Bias, that's something.
Oh,
Len
that's
Bias
for sure.
could jump.
Yeah.
And Harp put it on him. I was like, oh, Lord. And then I saw Harp at the game. I said, Harp, I got to get this video, dude. I know you've probably seen it a million times, but you dunking on Len Bias, that was some crazy mess, boy.
But the best thing was the first play of the game, we in a 1-3-1 zone, and the ball go over my head. I reach back and jump up, it's in my head, and then Bias takes off my head and dunks on me, and they call a foul. And he jumps up and down, talking about ACC, Maryland, ACC. I said, man, the game just started. Don't worry. The game just, I'm going to find you somewhere in this game. Don't worry. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm going to be right here all night long in your face. He's like, oh, I'm like, okay. So I got my opportunity, and I kind of banged on him. I told him, you found out, I got you, sucker.
Yeah, because you said something to him when he was on the ground, because he knocked him on the ground, and you could tell he said something to him. I said, Harper, they're talking shit. I was like, you gonna dunk on? I said he gonna dunk on one of the greatest players.
But he got me first, though. Listen, I can admit it. He got me first. I didn't talk to him. He started talking.
Oh, man. See, I didn't see that, though. So I just saw you talking. I'm like, I said, Harp just dunked on him. Did y'all win the game?
No, we locked up my man to the ball underneath the hoop, and they scored at the horn.
Oh.
1 point. I lost 2 years in a row. We lost to Iowa State. Jeff Hornacek hit one at the hash. And
oh, man.
Wow, what a way to lose.
What
a way to lose a game.
But it was some great fun.
Yeah, the tournament is awesome. Like it's awesome for a kid.
Then, boy. We had a lot of fun doing that stuff.
There was a lot of great players back then.
Because guys stuck around 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Listen, come from Miami of Ohio when you ain't even supposed to be there. When you get to heat, it was great.
Now tell our listeners, because not everybody got a chance to play with MJ and play with Kobe. Tell a little bit about your experience playing with both those guys and how close actually are they and what separates the two?
Well, rest in peace to my boy Kobe, man. He probably as closer as anyone else to ever gonna be competing with MJ. He was a very complete competitor. He patterned his game, walk and talk like MJ and be like MJ. And them two became special close at the end of my career. And it was very, when you watch MJ and you see him, it's like the same thing. What I tell people, what was separate Kobe from MJ? MJ was about 230 pounds. Kobe was about 210. And the physicality that MJ played with on the offense end and the defensive end will wear him down some. But as far as athletic wise, the same fadeaway, the jump shot, the mid range game, Kobe had all of that and will compete until the end of the day and in love to play every day, all day, like MJ.
Wow.
You guys were obviously rivals early in your careers, you and MJ, but then became teammates later on. There was a lot of stories that were in the Chicago media that they call it the Breakfast Club. You guys would go lift weights and hang out. What was that like? What kind of friendship did you develop over the years doing those things outside of the main practices?
So when I got to Chicago in 95, MJ was retired.
Right.
And he was in the gym more than us. Every time we come to the gym, I'm like, dude, you coming back to play? Nah, I ain't coming back to play. I said, man, come on, man. It's like, you here every fucking day. Like, what the hell you doing? So when he finally decided to come back to play, he walked up to me now. He didn't ask me. He told me, we're going to start training. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we training at 6:30. I thought it was 6:30 in the afternoon. I'm thinking like at 6:30 after. He's like, nah, we training 6:30 a.m. I'm like, something wrong with this kid? Like, I'm on my third dream at that time.
Third dream.
So I said, okay, I'll be at your house. Got the guard gate. Got to go ring the guard gate. Cole talk to the guard. Go in. I'll go downstairs. I see Tim over there, and then Tim shoot the high, but what's going on? I'm yawning, sleep in my eyes. MJ walked down with a cup of coffee and a cigar in his mouth. I said, who smokes at 6:30 a.m.? I do. Let's go. Now, I thought I worked out pretty hard and I trained pretty. Now, I was a pretty good player. So I knew how to work out and train pretty hard. But when I started watching the stuff he was doing and watching him and how strength and strong he was, I had to step my game up. I stepped up, getting in the gym, getting trainer-wise, because the guy was doing 85-pound dumbbells. He put on a 25-pound weight ass with 35 pounds in the hands, and he doing step-ups. And I'm like, I may want to call somebody and ask if I can get out this one. Like, I'm watching this guy work out, and I'm like, and then, he tells me, you got 2 weeks to 3 weeks to catch up to me. So now he challenged me, and I'm like, shit, I've been there 2-3 weeks. Don't worry about me. So me and Tim started doing extra side things. So me and Tim started doing things, and then we got Pippen joined in there, and I didn't know how strong he was.
Yeah, he's strong.
Pip got 110-pound dumbbells. He clapping them things. Man, I'm looking around like, I got these 45-pounders. I'm struggling. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I got to get myself up. Like, so then, you challenge yourself. It was a great thing because you see what the greatest player does. And I tell people this all the time. Scottie Pippen is the best small forward to ever play. Yeah. If he shut the hell up and let people talk about how good he was. And you see this, and now we just became like an enclosed 3 guys who love to be around and just train. And it was unique. But the best part was MJ house was after you train. He had a cook over there, banana, pancake, oatmeal, fresh fruit, fresh squeezed orange juice. You can order steak and eggs. It was like a smorgasbord at that house. Listen, when you down there training, you be like, yeah. Here. We gonna eat. We gonna eat here. And they're like, y'all just come to my house to just eat? Hell yeah. That food is so good. You can't be mad about that, Stacey.
Oh, no, you can't be mad about that.
Hey,
yeah.
Mark, how you ever go to a friend's house and the food just tastes so good?
Oh,
that was MJ house.
Yeah. Well, he could afford it. Yeah, he could afford to have his own chef.
He can afford it. He can afford it. Yeah, that's also, what did you think about The Last Dance? We always ask the guys who were during that time, what did you think about that?
everybody got their own different opinion, what they feel. It came out at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
My kids enjoyed it, loved it. You know, we could have had more role, more part, but I tell folks, I played it, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. You know, it was, they gave MJ the creative rights. I probably wish that they didn't put a lot of stuff on Pippen contract. It should have been more on the basketball court than off the court bullshit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and we moved on and we just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You mentioned your sons, and they're both accomplished players in their own right. Ron Jr. had a great career at Rutgers. He's now in the Celtics organization, and your son
proud of him.
Dylan is at Rutgers, and he's considered a top 5 player in the country. You must be enormously proud of those two young men.
Oh man, listen, we all hope that our kids can chase whatever dreams that they have. I didn't ever tell my kids they had to go play hoops. They just told me, Dad, we want to play hoops. So I gave them a basketball, a court in the back damn yard to go outside and smoke, and they shoot and run around, and I'm like, yeah, okay, y'all got a chance if you just work hard, and they are gym rats. They gym rats. They Dylan trains at 5 a.m. In high school, you train at 5 a.m., come home, take a shower, eat, go to school, go shoot after school, and stay in the gym. And they both love playing, and I'm just proud that they get the opportunity to chase whatever dream that they have.
Do they get a chance to, just ask you questions what the league's about, what to expect when they get to that situation? Because it's great to have a person that's played there and the knowledge that you have.
You know what? We always talk about it. I always try to explain it that it's never easy. It was easy, everybody be doing it.
Yeah.
And whatever you put into the game, you get back. And if you work hard and give yourself an opportunity, and everybody's journey ain't the same.
Yeah.
I was the 8th pick in the draft. My son Ronald wasn't even drafted, and he keep trying to fight, and I keep telling him, don't ever give up. Don't ever let them break the joy that you have for playing. And you got to continue to keep banging until you get the right opportunity. And now he finally got the right opportunity. So we're going to see what he do. And Dylan going to be a top 5 draft pick, so he won't, see the same thing that he saw. But they both are close friends, and they talk every day, and that's all I can ask for is they both talking. They best friend. The best thing I hope if they get the opportunity to play on the same NBA team.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I was going to ask you, do you make a great breakfast like you had at MJ's house when Dylan gets done with his training?
Nah, he may get some scrambled eggs. Every night, I'm gonna send you to the shop down the street, Eggo boys. I'm not doing all that. No, listen, I didn't eat much growing up as a damn kid, so I'm not gonna overfeed them. They gonna have to earn that right.
Oh my goodness! I tell you what, though. I was talking to Scottie Jr. Last night, and his journey has been kind of like your older son, where he's got he's got to fight and claw, and finally he got an opportunity with Memphis. All those guys got hurt last year. Ja was out. He got a chance to play, and now he played himself into a contract, and he played a lot of minutes last night. He played really well, and
good kid.
and he's a great kid, and it was great to see that no one gave him anything. His name didn't get him anything. He had to go and really fight and scrap for everything that he's gotten. It's going to be an awesome story when it's done, because he can play. He's
you know what? When I used to talk to him, and I talked to most of the kids who had their parents that played. I always talking to Carmelo kid. Everybody journey ain't the same.
Yep.
Everybody's journey. You made your old man was the first pick in the draft. You may be the 18 to 20 pick in the draft, but your journey will make you stronger, and it will mature you and make you grow up really fast when you ain't like a top 3-4 pick.
Yeah.
Because you got to work at your game. You have to home it in, and you have to get in the gym. And I always tell my two sons this every day. You got to be the first one in the gym, the last one out.
Yep.
Let them see you want this more than the other players do.
Yep. That's what I told little Pip last night. They'd be the first one in the gym, last one to leave.
Always.
Yeah. He I'll tell you what though, he has come a long way. You know, and again, you know, like you said, everybody's journey is different, you know, and it's in this league, there's so many players now. You know, there's so many guaranteed contracts, you know.
Yeah.
When it was like 12 in our era, they've got now got 20 dudes on a team. You got two-way contracts. And so it makes it hard for guys who are not drafted to get on. You have to work extra hard to just be seen. And And you got to get to the right place. Yes.
Now, my son signed a contract with Toronto G League, and they had an aerospace guy as the head coach.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. I know I ain't just a basketball player, but damn, you're gonna hire an aerodynamic space guy to be your head coach of the G League. Now, I went to some basketball games. I'm like, Lord, please let me get him off this damn thing. These motherfuckers do not know basketball up here. They can't see the writing on the wall. I mean, I know I may be a little favorite for my son, but damn, I was watching that shit like, can somebody tell me what just happened there? Like, am I watching the same? I know I played 17 years. Am I watching this shit for real? I told my son, and my son was like, Dad, I know. I said, man, listen, man, just go out there, do the best you can do, and just do you. That's all you can do.
Yep.
And hopefully we get you out of here fast.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
We were talking before we came on about the state of today's game. Most games turn into three-point shooting contests. Teams are shooting 40, 50 threes. Do you enjoy today's game, and what are your thoughts on the way the NBA has evolved?
No, I don't enjoy today's game. I really tell people this, and they tell us that us old guys hate on what today ball game is. If you can really understand what the game is, if you take 100 shots and you shoot 63s and you make 20, that's a very low percentage. If you shoot 62 and you making 40 to 45, that's a high percentage. So they got these analytical guys who ain't ever touched a basketball or play. And you want to tell us how to run what the game that we do? Steph Curry didn't ruin what basketball is. Steph Curry and Klay Thomas can shoot the lights out the basketball. If every team had two of them guys, we can talk about this.
Yeah.
But when you shooting 32%, 30, 28 from the three-point line, and you still out there jacking up threes, if I'm your coach, you're going to hear this sound.
Yeah. Somebody coming out. Somebody coming out.
Let me talk to you, buddy. Let me talk to you, buddy. As MJ say, you're playing hard, but you hurting me.
Yeah, you're playing hard, but you're hurting us. You're hurting us.
I need you to give me some 2-pointers. I need you to give me some two. I need you to play some defense, give me some 2-pointers. I don't need you going 3 for 12. Now, if you're gonna make 8 for 12, shoot them. Well, we talking about you making 4 for 18. The Balls of Southern shot 61 threes in the first game. That's like me and you going to play horse. And we're going to see how many threes we're going to shoot and make. If you shoot 61 threes, God damn it, you better make half of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But they end up with like 28 or something.
Yeah. Celtics?
They tied the record. They tied the record of makes.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but today's game, and everybody run the same offense.
Yep.
Draw and kick, space, draw and kick. You get right in front of the rim,
Yeah, throw it to the 3-point line. Yeah.
Yeah. Or 3-on-1 break, run to the 3-point line.
Oh, man. Hey, you got a 3-on-1 break and shoot a 3. You better go in the hole.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that.
now checking in. Now checking in.
Get him. Listen, I don't mind, but better go in the hole. Because we can get a 2-point for sure.
Yeah, 3-on-1. You see it every night. It'd be 3-on-1, and no one goes to the rim. They just run right to the 3-point line, and they'll miss it. And you got nothing out of that trip down the floor.
And they think that is cute.
Yeah,
they think it's cute. Like, no, I'm not. I don't know about you guys, but I take a 2-pointer all day.
Me too. I
take 2-pointer all day. But today game there's no inside. It's just all outside game. It's only if you can do it, you get 2 points that way. But it's no diversity in what the game's supposed to be like. I'm pretty sure James A. Smith is rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
What did they do to my game?
Harp, it's going to take somebody with old school mentality that can implement some new school stuff, but not completely. Like you have a post-up game, you run through the post, you pass and cut. It's going to take a coach that has that kind of mentality, that has a big guy like Joker or Embiid, that we can kill you on the inside and force double teams, and for them to kick it out. They're willing passers. It makes the 3 a lot easier. Instead of taking forced 3s, contested 3s.
What our game was, and from the early days to 2005 and 8, when you had Shaq, Akeem, Ewing, big man, is inside to outside. You throw it to the inside, come back to the outside. Today game is just all outside.
Yep.
There's no 1-2 dimensional game. There's no 3-4 spots now. It's just draw, kick, draw, kick, draw, kick. And let's hope it just go in the hole.
Pick and roll, switch, defense.
And this is what I don't understand. When I watch a defensive team, like we played on some pretty good defensive teams, Stacey.
Yep.
Would you let a guy dribble to the middle of the basketball court?
No.
What's the hardest pass? From the baseline to the cross-court pass. That's the hardest pass of basketball. They let guys come back to the middle all day long now. It's like no concept of what your defense should be like.
Yeah.
You should never let a player go to his strong hand, and you should always force it to the baseline or to the sidelines. Yep. There's no concept of what the game should be played like.
Well, and even too, where you never switch unless you were same size guy. If it was the same size person, you make that switch. You're not switching Bill Cartwright on Steph Curry. You're not doing that. You're not saying Luke Longley switching out on someone like Kyrie Irving. You're not doing that.
No,
you're gonna, because Phil would always have different ways of playing it. You're either gonna push up and go underneath. You're gonna blitz the pick and roll. We're gonna full rotate. Or you're going to hard show and get back, or we're going to white it, or we're going to white it and send you baseline. And we would do it. First half, we played one way. And then when you thought you figured out at halftime, we changed it up and did something totally different. And now you completely screwed, because you're like, well, wait a minute, are they still blitzing? What they doing? No, now they pushing up, going underneath. Oh, Lord, have mercy. We screwed.
Yeah. Now just go out there and just chuck it up. Let's go chuck it up.
Because switching, Ron, in my opinion, is lazy defense. Switching is lazy defense.
And Phil used to do that to us all the time. Like, MJ, Scottie, we could, man, we do it. And then he go, okay, let's stop that shit. Let's play defense. Let's play our defense. We don't switch. And then you got to get into it. In which we could play both styles.
Yeah.
But when our defense was homed in, it was hard for teams to get the ball across half court, because you got to understand, Pippen could pick you up 94 feet.
Yep.
And you're going to turn 2-3 times.
Yep.
And then you got MJ on one wing, I'm on one wing, and you got Rodman after wild card. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Hey, Hart, before we let you go, I got to ask you about what was that 1 year playing here in Chicago under Tim Floyd? That strike shortened year. That had to be going from world champions and the whole team's blown up.
Let me tell you. Thank God, Game 5, Sean Kemp hit me with an elbow and broke my damn. Oh, that was the best God gift ever. He broke my nose in 5 games, and I didn't play for the next 25. I was like, man, I talked, and Tim Floyd was a great dude, man. Tim Floyd used to talk to me, and they put him in a bad predicament. Jerry Krause, rest in peace, Jerry Krause, told him, man, you're going to have MJ, Scottie, and Tony Kukoc, and they was out the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steve Kerr was gone. It was like me and
Bill Wennington,
and
Randy Brown.
Like, you gonna get your ass right now, huh?
Yeah. You ain't got the black cat.
And thank God Sean Kemp broke my nose. I missed 25. Everybody like, you gonna come back and play? I said, for somebody in a year.
In a year.
Yeah.
It won't be here.
It won't be here?
No, it won't be in Chicago because listen, they were trying to get blood, boy. They would come after us hard.
Dude, the year I got traded to Minnesota, and we had just won those 3 championships. MJ went to go retired and then went to go play baseball. I remember playing Houston, and Clyde Drexler was like, you ain't got the black cat now. Oh, you down here with the Commodores now. You ain't got nobody to bail you out. I was like, damn, y'all that bitter?
Oh, yeah, they all hated all the rings.
Man, it was bitter. And, in Minnesota, we wasn't winning nothing in Minnesota. We had Christian Laettner, J.R. Ryder. We wasn't winning nothing, so we was getting our butts whipped. But I was putting up numbers. That's all I was happy about. I wanted to show people I can still score because when you go to the Bulls and you're on a championship caliber team, people don't understand this. Is that you got to find your role to help a team win a championship, and you got to fit in there. Everybody wants to score. Everybody wants to be the man. We all have been the man at some point in our career, whether it's college or whether it's on another pro team. But in order to win a championship, everyone has to have a role, and you know who your number 1 guy is, you know your number 2 guy, you know your number 3 guy. Now it's just up to you to figure out where you fit into that and what your role is, and you're supposed to be the best at your role. And that's what we always did. It's me, Scott Williams, Will Perdue. We always, just try to, play the best role that we could. Because I was all about winning championships. I wanted rings. If I'm going to sacrifice my game, it better be for some rings.
Dude, just think about this. I averaged 24 points for 8 years, 9 years. Never got out the first fucking round in the playoff. And when I got my opportunity to become free, they were like, we gonna pay you all the cash you want. I don't want your cash. You think I work hard for 3-4 months just to worry about how much cash I'm gonna make? I want to win. I'm out here playing with Bo Kimbo, Jeff Orton, mother who you never play. I'm like, and Bo Outlaw. Man, I'm gonna take this free agency and try this free agency thing. That was the first time I got to be free agency too. Thank God Jay Cross called me, boy. Woo. Yes, sir, I take that contract right now, but I didn't have to think about it. I didn't care how much it was for. I know Chicago knows how to win. I know playing for a great organization, great coach, and great players. I gave myself the best opportunity. That's awesome. All you're going to ask for, have an opportunity to win a championship. Because you can make all the money in the world. Nobody cares. The States, how those championship rings.
Oh, hey, and I'm going to tell you something. you no matter where you go, people know you.
That's right.
They know you. Nobody remember who's finished second. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody remember who finished second except their own family, okay? But worldwide, everybody know who the winners was.
If you win it, you win it in life, baby. And I tell people this all the time. Them 3 rings changed a lot of history of what I've done in my NBA career. And everybody like, well, you only average 8 points, 10 points. Yeah, but I got 5 rings. How about the other motherfuckers who scored all those points?
Yeah.
Ask them all-stars.
Yeah.
How many rings they got? They only got all-star rings, and nobody care about no damn all-star rings.
Nope.
No one care about championships.
Championships, exactly.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, you sure are, Ron. Those 5 championship rings and some great memories over your NBA career. We're looking forward to watching Dylan and Ace Bailey and the rest of the Rutgers guys this year. That's going to be a lot of fun watching Rutgers shoot up to the top of the rankings. And we appreciate you joining us and taking us on a trip down memory lane.
I'm going to send you some of my hot sauce, boy. I got some hot sauce, boy, because he got cigars. Look, before I let you go, you got to tell us about the cigars because I need some sent to me.
First of all, y'all may be the only podcast show I ever done.
I tell you, wait. So I texted him, right? I texted him last night. I texted him last night. I said, Harp, I need you to come on my show, right? He's like, who is this? I'm like, you got my number locked in.
I knew who it was. I'm like, Stacey.
And he goes, I don't do podcast shows. You don't do podcasts.
But Stacey, my man, Mark, I bowed down. I took one for my boy Mark. Gave my boy Stacey a little love. Now I'm going to give y'all a little love. Give a shout out to Noel Royal Cigar Lounge in Norwood, Chicago, for hosting me last weekend for an underrated special cigar event and special event for to kick off the bull season. And I want y'all all to go out there and look for these underrated cigars. Order them online. I want y'all to know this now. I'm new in the game. I hooked up with a guy by the name of Luciano. We had a Maduro cigar with an undertone, with a Connecticut leaf infused with the end of the cigar leaf with nobody used.
Oh.
It's a very smooth cigar. If you like cigars, it priced between $8 and $12. We weren't trying to sell them at $20 to $25. We wanted everybody to smoke a premier good cigar. And that's what we came out with. And now we got 5 out right now. We coming out one in December called Walking Your Dog.
Oh,
we're about 40. Very smooth. And wait till next March. The new leaves are banging.
Okay.
There you go.
Back. Come at them hard. Stace, come hard at them, dog.
All right, boy. I got to get some of the cigars, boy.
Take me your address. I'll put you on the VIP list.
All right. I'm going to send you some of my hot sauce, too.
Yeah, you give me some of the hot sauce. Hey, you know what? I was just over in Hammond, Indiana at a cigar bar, and that hot sauce would have been good with that.
Yeah.
Catfish.
Yeah.
The best catfish I ever had.
You would have thrown my hot sauce on it, it'd have been a wrap.
I'm told him I'm coming back there and do a cigar event there. I'm gonna try to plan around the Bulls gonna play. So, I always try to plan it when the Bulls playing, so I can be there and then come to a game.
Yeah.
Vice versa. So I always plan my trips around the game. And finally back to the shout out to the Bulls. They've been really good the last few years to me. So back in the house.
Glad to see you, boy.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you.
You're one of the legends, boy. One of the legends there.
Thank y'all very much.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, Harp. I'll see you soon, bro.
All right, go, my brothers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to come back and talk about that great Bulls come from behind win yesterday. But first, I want to tell you about one of our great sponsors, our good friend Jeff Vukovic at Nationwide Insurance. When it comes to being treated like royalty, reach out to our guy, Jeff. You can reach him at jeffvuk.com. That's jeffvuk.com. He'll take care of all your auto, home, and business insurance needs. The phone number is 847-825-4783. And the jingle is back on Bulls broadcast.
It's back, baby. He's back. Nationwide is on your side.
Really fun talking with Ron Harper. We'll talk about the current Bulls next on Give Me the Hot Sauce. Welcome back to the Give Me the Hot Sauce podcast. Again, our thanks to Ron Harper for joining us. And for younger viewers and listeners who don't know Ron's story, he's had to combat a stuttering problem throughout his life. And he's helped people who have shared the same problem to try to overcome that. And he doesn't do the podcast because obviously it's a little bit difficult for him to communicate. But I thought he was great. And it was nice of him to come on your show.
Yeah, he doesn't do podcasts. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. And, he said it was because of me he was going to do it. And I definitely greatly appreciate it. We had a great time the other night. He was at the game, the Oklahoma City game. And, having Bill Winnington there, having Randy Brown there, Matt Yobe, who does a lot of the Bulls stuff, bringing all the veteran, the older players back, does a great job bringing some of the legends back, brought Ron back. And it was just like old times. You know, when you get around those guys, it's nostalgic. You know, you just remember all the things that you did as a player, the stories that are being told.
Sure.
It's like, oh man, it's just awesome. It's awesome seeing these guys. It's a brotherhood that'll never be broken.
Yeah, we just wanted to give you some context if you're listening. Yes, Ron does have a bit of a stuttering problem, but I thought he was fantastic in the interview. We really appreciate him coming on. The Bulls so far this season, 2-2, and it's been like Jekyll and Hyde. They've had 2 fantastic games, making all kinds of three-point shots, low turnovers, and then when they've lost, it's been the other side of the coin. I guess it's going to kind of be that way, at least early in the season, as they try to adapt to this new fast-paced style that Billy wants to play.
Yeah, I think, Mark, you're going to see that's how the season's going to be. There's going to be nights you're going to be like, oh my God, they're playing so great, and there's going to be nights you're going to be pulling your hair out.
Yeah.
I just think that what you want to see as a fan, you want to see exciting brand of basketball, and they've made it exciting. These first 4 games have been exciting. Even the ones you go back to that first game in New Orleans, they were in position to win that game, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off with all the turnovers. Then you go in, no one expects you to win Milwaukee. I think the line was 9 for Milwaukee to win, and people thought they were just going to whitewash the Bulls, especially after losing in New Orleans. And the Bulls show you like they look like a playoff team. And then you come back Oklahoma City, and it's up, down. It's a roller coaster. They play good for 2.5 quarters, and then, they didn't make the shots that, they've been taking. They took a lot of threes, and I think people need to get used to it. They're going to get up 30 to 40 threes a night. The way they're playing, the pace that they're playing is fun. I know as a broadcaster watching the games, I prefer this style than what we've seen in the past where there's more isolation, the ball's slow, there's no running. It's methodical. I like the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, they tied a franchise record by making 25 three-pointers in the game against Memphis. They were down by 20 points in the first half and rallied all the way back. The one thing that's really been consistent through the first 4 games has been Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is scoring 26 points a game, shooting over 50% from the field and the three-point line. Zach is back, and now that presents kind of a conundrum for the front office. You love his production, but now there may be more trade interest around the league in trying to acquire him.
I really don't think they're thinking about that right now. I think they're happy to see that he's healthy. They're happy to see that he's buying into what they're doing because coming in the summer, you don't know what his mindset was. And I think he's shown everybody he's a team player. He's going to be Zach LaVine. No matter how you slice it, he's going to do what he does. He's one of the top players in this league, top 25, top 30 players in the NBA. He's going to be Zach LaVine. You can't expect him not to go out there and try to score. You can't expect him not to go out there and do the highlight dunks. So I think what you're seeing out of Zach right now is, and what the NBA is seeing, is that all the people who wanted to see if he was healthy are probably sitting there now punching air by saying they could have got him. They could have got him cheap. They could have got him cheap.
Yeah.
Now, if the Bulls decide to go that route, and let's say Zach continues to play the way he's playing, now he's gonna command multiple first round picks.
Yeah.
Because if just think in December or January, he's averaging 28 points a game and he's shooting 50% from the field and shooting 38% from the 3-point line. And you're Denver, you're the Lakers, you're a team that's like 1 or 2 players away from getting deep in the playoffs. Now the price is going to be steep now. Mm-hmm. When you should have bought, when you had a chance to buy them at Aldi's, you waited. Now you got to pay. Whole food prices.
Who also impressed me, not necessarily with scoring, but Josh Giddey at 6'8". He got key rebounds. He had 13 rebounds in that game yesterday. Made that great pass on the inbounds play where we kind of slid it into Zach for an easy basket. His basketball IQ was really impressive, and he said after the game he really loved the minutes he got to play with Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
You had 2 elite point guards.
Yeah, there were 2 guys out there with high basketball IQ. I thought Zach, in the beginning, he gave up a couple offensive rebounds to Aldana, but then he turned around and started boxing out, and he started using his size, and it really helped the Bulls at 6'8" point guard getting rebounds. I thought Io played an excellent game and a smart game yesterday. It won't show up on the stat sheets, but Io was the reason why we won that game at the end.
Yeah.
Io came away with an offensive rebound when it was a 1-possession game and it was a long rebound, and he came from the other side of the court and ran the ball down and gave the Bulls a second possession, which allowed them to get the ball and then be able to score again to make it a 2-possession game. At the end of the game, he got the rebound that was going out of bounds, and he saved it, and then the official said game over.
Right.
And they could have gave Memphis the ball back with 6 seconds or whatever to try to score again. But he made two great plays, and he's playing phenomenal. The whole team, really. I mean, Jalen Smith is playing well. Vuc is playing.
Yeah,
out of
both
his mind
centers
right
are
now.
doing a good job.
Vuc is playing extremely well. He's in the low post. He's dominating the low post. Of course, I'm always like giving the ball more. But he's playing extremely well right now. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding the basketball. He's posting up, and he's not taking as many threes. And the ones that he's taking, he's knocking down.
I know you mentioned during the second half that you'd be curious to see what it would be like to have Jalen Smith and Vuc playing together. Do you think that could work for certain stretches?
Yes, I think because I think Jalen Smith can play power forward, and they both have good basketball IQs. They can interchange that, pick and pop and not get in each other's way. And plus, there's going to be nights, Mark, where you're going to have size. We saw that the other night, against Milwaukee. That size does matter. And you're going to have some size. You're not going to be able to go 82 games with, 5 guards. You're going to have some size out there. You're going to have guys that can rebound. And, if Patrick Williams is struggling at the power forward spot, you can now move him to the 3, and now you can move everybody up. You could go, Josh Giddey at the 1, Zach at the 2, Patrick Williams at the 3, Jalen Smith at the 4, and Vuc at the 5 if you really want to,
Yeah, it's nice they got different lineup possibilities now. So that's going to be interesting to watch how Billy Donovan rotates his personnel throughout the season. We're taping the show on Tuesday night. Wednesday, they play the Orlando Magic, and Paolo Banchero coming off a 50-burger against the Pacers.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the kid is for real.
He is, yeah.
He's getting ready to start making some noise now. You're going to start hearing his name on all NBA team if he can continue this pace. He's a tough matchup. He can go inside, outside. He can shoot the 3. He can handle the ball off the glass. He's a tough matchup. And when you look at, Franz Wagner and him, those are the 2 cornerstones for the Orlando Magic. And this is an Orlando Magic team that I think a lot of the experts think that they have a chance to be the Cleveland of how Cleveland was. Take that next big step to be a top 3, top 4 team in the Eastern Conference.
Couple of teams off to slow starts. Denver has struggled, even though Jokic is putting up huge numbers. And Milwaukee is 1-3 now. They went to Brooklyn and lost. They went to Boston and lost. And it seems like Milwaukee is a team that's really slowing down as that roster gets older.
Well, you know what? And we said this the other night when we played them, is that Doc Rivers is going to have to start developing his bench. He's playing like 6 guys, and you can't go through 82 games playing 6 guys. There's some young kids over there that really deserve to play. They need to get out there playing and see what they got in those guys, because, like, let's say they want to make a move, okay? And some of these younger guys, they want to use as pieces. Well, if you're a team trading with Milwaukee, why would you trade anything with them when you don't even know if these kids can play?
Right.
So you got to start showcasing these kids a little bit, and maybe you find a diamond in the rough. Maybe you find a kid that can help get in your rotation and help solidify your rotation.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that throughout the year. And if they fall back into the bottom portion of the playoffs, don't be surprised if you hear Giannis asking for a trade next summer.
I wouldn't be surprised. Or ask him before the year's over.
Yeah. Philadelphia got fined $100,000 today, the organization, because they weren't giving accurate information on Joel Embiid's knee injury. I guess the league is tired of seeing both Embiid and Paul George sitting there in street clothes on nationally televised games.
Well, Paul George hyperextended his knee, so he's legit hurt. When you look at Embiid, they came out before the season even started and saying he's going to play X amount of games and he's going to sit out back-to-back games. And, listen, at the end of the day, I know players' health is the premium, okay? But you get paid to play a kid's game, okay? If you're working a 9 to 5, you don't have that option to tell your boss you only want to work a certain amount of times, okay? Right. I only want to work 2 days a week because my back hurts.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to be fired and they're going to find someone to do your job. NBA should be no different. The players, listen, I'm always going to be pro player, but the players have too much control in what goes on today. The player involvement is just out of this world. Guys decide when they want to play. I don't want to play. I don't want 82 games is too long. Back-to-backs, we don't want to play back-to-backs. So now we're not playing back-to-backs, Mark, but guess what we're doing? We're playing a game every other day. We're playing the Bulls schedule. If you look at the Bulls schedule from when we started, the first home game is home game. There's road game, home game, road game, home game, road game.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And it's like that
Yeah.
every other week. Come to find out, they said, "Oh, we want to take away back-to-back games," but you just made it worse.
Yeah, all that traveling.
You made it worse. We're having one-day trips now. I would rather go somewhere and stay out 4 or 5 days and play 3 games in 5 nights or something like that than what they're doing now. This makes it even worse. The players are tired. You know, it's just a terrible way to travel.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with this is the monkey in the astronaut suit. Whoever did this bubbles, he picked the schedule. And let me just say this. It's not every team, the good teams are not having to deal with this. We heard Memphis had 4 days off at home. We hadn't had 2 days off.
And the schedule's bad next week, too. It just keeps continuing. There's no question. Hey, before we got to talk about the Bears. I mean, I was watching that game.
Oh, my
God. You know, Caleb Williams struggled for most of the game, but he led a couple of drives late. They take the lead with 25 seconds left, and just inexplicably, they give up the Hail Mary to lose. I mean, that was just a gut
couple
punch right
things,
there.
Mark. Who in the hell designed to play for an offensive lineman to run the ball?
Yeah, that was
There
crazy.
is no refrigerated periods on that team.
Yeah.
Okay? Give the ball to Swift.
Why you get cute in that situation?
Yeah, give the ball to Johnson. Give the ball to any of your running backs who would have scored on that touchdown.
Yeah.
Now it's a different game, okay? Second thing, you know, you're in prevent defense. You allow them to get, you know, a 20-yard pass to get closer to throw
set
the
up
Hail
the
Mary.
Hail Mary, yeah.
Why not go like I saw the other night? I saw where Detroit played Minnesota. And everybody thought, you know, Detroit should have been in prevent defense. They went and rushed the quarterback and sacked him in the end of the game on a sack.
Yeah.
Why not do that?
Yeah.
Why not do that? Your defense is one of the top defenses in the game. Are you telling me you don't have enough confidence in them that they can't shut that team down?
And how about Tyrique Stevenson being over engaged with the fans? He was the guy who was supposed to box out the player who caught the tip.
He not only did he cost his team the game, he's the reason why they lost. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, no question.
Okay? First of all, the game's not over. While you're over there taunting with the crowd, they're running down the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you were the guy who tipped the ball to the guy who ended up catching it, the guy you were supposed to be guarding.
Yeah. He was supposed to be the last line of defense to make sure no tip went into the end zone. And he was running up where there's already 8 players jumping for it. They didn't need another guy jumping for the ball.
Well, here's the thing I said about that too, Mark. It's like, if the Bears, I was asking somebody, did the Bears have a timeout? Which they did.
They had 3 of them.
Okay, they should have called timeout to set up their defense. Okay?
Exactly.
Timeout, get everybody over here. Let's get locked in. This is it. This is the last play of the game. Okay? Everybody get a Gatorade, get a little blow, get a little rest. Because if you remember, the guys who were rushing the quarterback were running all over the place, trying to get him. They were being held.
No, they rushed 3.
Yeah, they rushed 3. They rushed 3, but those dudes was running all over the place.
Yeah.
So they had to be tired. So call a timeout. Get your guys over there, discuss what the game plan is. All right, knock it down. Everybody box out. Get your roll. We work on this every single day. All right, timeout's done. Everybody got Gatorade. Everybody's ready to go. Now you get out to the field. Now you got everybody's mindset on what they're supposed to do. That play doesn't happen.
And it was really interesting. On Monday, Cole Kmet met with reporters, and he said some very interesting things about how guys doing things in the dark that people don't see. That he says, you know, you're supposed to do 6 sets of weights and you're only doing 5. And he's talking about accountability. And that Kmet is one of their co-captains. And he's basically saying, we had the bye week and guys took it easy. You know, they took a step back.
And what happens though, Mark, is they start feeling good about themselves.
4-2. We won 3 in a row.
We're topping our division. We're tied with Green Bay and Detroit. But you ain't won nothing.
No.
You ain't won nothing. Y'all got a long season. You still got some tough games coming. And how could you not be ready to play against this Washington team? If you watch this team, they're not a fluke. They're not a fluke. They're a really good football team, and Daniels is a good young quarterback. So you're going into the bye week. You got a week to prepare for this, and one of the plays you come out with is an offensive lineman who's never carried the ball. You're going to rush him in there.
That was horrible.
And he fumbled.
Yeah, I know.
He fumbled. You could have ran a quarterback sneak and scored.
Yeah, it was awful.
And whoever called that play, seriously, right? And listen, I don't ever condone anybody to be fired, but they should be flogged. They should be flogged and have to walk around with a scarlet letter on their chest to let everybody know. Shame,
like Game of Thrones.
Let everybody know that it was them who messed up that play. Because that was the worst play that you could have come up with. And Swift has been running the ball great.
Yeah.
Your offensive linemen have been blocking extremely well. And that's what you want to give you. That's what you want your offensive lineman to do. All right, we're 1 yard away. Let's plow this in and let's get a score.
Yeah, it's Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator, under a lot of heat. And Eberflus is under a lot of heat, too. He could, if they come up a game short of making the playoffs, everyone's going to point back to that game and say, you cost us the playoffs.
Listen. I don't know if Eberflus is the guy.
No, I don't think so.
I just don't. I mean, listen. I know he came with a different look, did his hair differently and all that, and hard knocks, and
still the same guy though.
But some of the decisions that are being made that the head coach is
look at all the close games they've lost over the last 2 years,
and he's a big part of it.
Yeah.
And not every loss is on him.
Right.
You got to blame the offensive coordinator as well, but his prints are on it, and you can't lose a game like that. You can't. You had to have signed off on that play. Like if someone says, "Hey, we're going to run our offensive lineman, and we're going to run him in and go," you should have said, "No, we're not doing that. We're going to keep it traditional. Get the ball to Swift, get the ball to Johnson, and let them run the ball in. Let's get these points."
No. Hopefully they can regroup and bounce back against Arizona because
Arizona's playing well.
They desperately need a win to try to get some of this bad taste out of their mouths. Before we get out of here, I got to ask you about the Dwayne Wade statue.
Oh my God.
That is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a Halloween mask on top of a bronze statue of Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade handled it well, but if I was him, I'd have been pissed.
Listen, it looked like Thanos. If they would have put
there it is.
Or Lawrence Fishburne.
I mean, that's crazy.
Morpheus, okay?
They look anything like Dwayne Wade.
So when you look at this, you wonder what was going through his mind when they unveiled it.
It takes a year to make that.
And then Dwayne was a good sport. Talking about it's not supposed to look like me. It is supposed to look like you.
Yeah, it is.
I said Michael Jordan's look like his. All the other people's look like theirs. Only person I've ever seen the statue didn't look like was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's probably the guy who made Dwayne Wade.
I felt bad. But can you imagine? He's at the ceremony. He's the one who lifts up the curtain. He's like, holy shit.
Yeah. No, he probably was like, what the fuck is that? That's what I would have said. I'd have been like, oh, no, close it, close the door, put it back in there.
And his beautiful wife is probably like, come on, man.
Yeah, she probably was like, that looks nothing like you.
Gabrielle Union.
That looks like Lawrence Fishburne. Morpheus.
Poor Dwayne Wade.
Thanos.
Yeah, Chicago area guy, Richards High School, of course, played 1 year with the Bulls. Just unbelievable.
Sorry, D-Wade.
Yeah.
Sorry, D-Wade. I didn't mean to clown you, bro. You're one of my favorites. You know that. But that statue was terrible.
That will live on forever. Everybody goes by, they'll see pigeons on top of that in front of the Miami.
I don't even think the pigeons will be scared. That damn thing is creepy. You might as well got the Burger King mascot guy and came out with that. That would have been better. Oh my God, it was terrible.
It is Halloween week coming. You want to dress up like Dwayne Wade's statue, you'd be scaring everybody.
Wow. That is terrible. And Dwayne Wade has hair.
Yeah.
He's not bald-headed.
Wow. Cisco, nice job getting those images for us.
Do we have Tim's picture?
Yeah, Tim's not here today, but he's always with us in spirit.
He's always here with spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Tim's ready for Halloween.
He's ready for Halloween. There he is right there. That's his kindergarten picture as he's getting ready to go. It's his first day of kindergarten. See a little bear on his little shirt. Look at that little cute shirt.
He was a Bears fan even way back then.
Yeah, he was a looker way back then. He got the little chili bowl haircut. Yeah. Well, we miss Tim. He'll be back next week.
Make a statue out of that.
He looks a lot
Put
better
in Tim's
now.
front yard.
Yeah, we need to make a statue out of that thing. Yeah. We might need to do that.
And we've got special guests here at the Sriracha Studios. Want to give a shout out, Stace?
Yeah. My girlfriend Angela's here with her kids. They're all here. They're getting ready to start a podcast themselves.
Yeah, how about that?
So they wanted to come into the studio and see how this setup is. And
I don't know if they learned too much today, but hopefully they learned something.
Hey, every man for himself, God for us all.
We want to thank Dee and Cisco for their great work as always. Thank Ron Harper for coming on. He was fantastic. Hope you enjoyed that interview, and we'll have a brand new show for you next week. Until then, folks.
Drive home safely, Chicago beep beep. Hey, what's up? This is Stacey King.
And I'm Timmy Whispers.
Of Gimme the Hot Sauce Podcast. Each week, make sure you join us. Timmy Whispers, what do they need to hit?
They need to hit like and subscribe so they get all the notifications and news from our podcast.
That boy is sweet. Just make sure when the video's over, click to the left, and you'll hear our previous videos for the previous week and have some fun because we'd love to have fun on Gimme the Hot Sauce Podcast.
Woohoo!